Hey everybody.
Hey guys.
So today's topic or conversation we're going over is how to overcome obstacles and barriers. Everyone personally is going to overcome obstacles and barriers a little bit differently. I know the ones that we typically run into of the exercise science field or just exercise field in general is exercise, so getting stronger, and overall nutrition and weight loss. So for myself, whenever I run into a barrier for strength or exercise progression, I always look at it from what am I doing on a week-to-week basis, whether it's volume or sets, and I typically add 2 to 4% more weight onto whatever I'm doing, or 1 to 2 more reps. And for a lot of things that works really well, but if you aren't progressing past that point, you can always change up the exercises you're doing and start progressively overloading from there. When it comes down to nutrition and overall weight loss or weight gain for myself, it typically comes down to me keeping all my ducks in an order and trying to keep everything.
Ducks are not in order. They're like all over the
They're
place.
all over the
We're
place.
chasing them around.
I try to keep it as consistent as possible for myself from eating. So week to week is about the same. And then when I'm losing weight, it's typically the same, but just a little bit less. It's gaining weight, it's the same, but just a little bit more. For myself, that makes it really easy because if I have that control and I know that everything is consistent, I know what to manipulate to a certain extent. And if I do run into those big obstacles or barriers, that's when I typically start writing things down, remind myself why this goal is important, and remind myself what I need to do to progress to the next step. But I'm sure Stephanie will give you a little bit different perspective on it for herself.
So for exercise, I kind of I do very similar to Ryan. But something I'm struggling with right now are my hammer curls. And I've been stuck at the same weight because my left arm just it's not as strong as my right. So the way I've managed that is I start with my 30s, train the left arm first, and then just drop set it to a lighter weight that I can finish my set. Do the same thing on my right arm, and we're gonna find out how that works for me. I'll let you know. As far as like diet and nutrition, I've had many barriers throughout my entire fitness journey and whole life, really. Biggest one is binge eating. I do have a diagnosis of binge eating disorder, and I typically binge eat at night, and it took working with Ryan and him pointing out that it's usually a stressor that causes it. So then it's just, what the heck is that stressor? What's getting to you? Because sometimes you're not exactly sure. So it's just identifying the barrier is the biggest first step to overcoming it, and then making a plan. So what's been working for me a lot with binge eating is just knowing, like, I'm in control. I decide. I might wake up in the middle of the night to binge eat, but I can choose to have a diet root beer or a fizzy water or something and go back to bed because I'm in control of that. So that's something that's been helping me a lot lately. That's something that helped me this past week, and I actually drank my root beer instead of eating everything in my pantry. And your barriers are gonna grow and change with you, and sometimes they're really hard to bust through, but you just have to just keep working at it and not give up. That's the biggest thing, I think, is not giving up and keep trying to get better.
Yeah, that's spoken really well. And everybody has different obstacles and barriers when it comes down to exercise, weight loss, weight gain, any of these things. And we'd really love to hear yours down below if you're comfortable. Tell us your obstacles and barriers and maybe some tips that you use to get through them. We'd love to hear about it. If you ever need help with that, let us know. Feel free to reach out, and we hope to hear from you guys soon. Thanks.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.